I am Eric Estrada. Of course, many of you already know me, but for those of you who don't, I am the go-to marketer here at Synergy. And just to kick it off, just to do a mic check, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I had some technical difficulty last time, so in the questions box or in the chat box, can you just put yes, we can hear you? If I'm coming loud and clear on the other side, just type in yes, we can hear you under the questions or the chat box. Again, guys, if you could just help me out with a quick mic check and type in, yes, we can hear you in either the chat box or the questions box. Perfect. Thank you so much, Billy. Anybody else is having any technical difficulty, do let me know. I really appreciate it. I had a web call about a month ago, and it was really, really good stuff, but not everybody could get access to it. So that kind of was a bummer. I am recording today's presentation, so if you do want a copy of it, feel free to ask me for it after we're done. Okay, it usually takes about 3 to 4 hours for it to generate and stuff like that. So be happy to get you guys a copy of it. So without further ado, let's get started. Now today we are talking about social media basics for the financial advisor. And this is something that I'm really excited to talk about. I've spent over the last year really learning social media and how to make it work for our business, because I know from a compliance standpoint, a marketing standpoint, it just doesn't really make sense, even though we know it's something that's cool, but we know it doesn't make sense. And I was one of those people. In fact, I rarely ever used my social media for anything. And now, to current date, I am on at least 7 different platforms that I've found the secret sauce to use for my personal style, my personal business, and I'm wanting to share with you. So I've been in your shoes before. For those of you who don't really understand how exactly how it works, but you know there's something to it, I can tell you there are some great results. My first day of promoting anything, I actually had a friend reach out to me who I hadn't seen since high school. And bottom line, he's in the oil and gas industry. He is he's a contract worker, and he makes quite a bit of money and doesn't have that high of living expenses. So he had a lot of extra cash that he was just stuffing in the bank. Long story short, I ended up writing a very nice Index Universal Life case, and that was just my first day. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for everyone, but it's one of those instances where he never would have known that I was in financial services or exactly what I did if I hadn't promoted myself on social media. I also, a lot of people, when they call in, they ask for me as the ninja. Okay, and several of you actually do that already. When you call in, you ask for the ninja. I go out in public, and people call me the ninja. My friends who follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn or any of those other channels, they all call me the ninja. On my birthday, I normally get about maybe 30, 40 happy birthday announcements on social media. This year, I got about 200. 200. And the only thing that was different from this year to last year was my exposure on social media. So I am a personal success story that social media can work for you. And best of all, I spent little to no money promoting myself. That's a beautiful thing. Little to no money promoting myself. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So why social media? Well, guys, as many of you already know, the marketing playbook that we're used to is broken. And I've been visiting with a lot of my own contracted producers, talking about some of the things that made them successful from last year and the things that they were most frustrated with. The thing that you guys are most frustrated with is mail, returning less than 1%. Paying for a pre-qualified, pre-set-up lead is $75 to $150 per lead, depending on who you're buying it from. There's a lot of internet junk out there, even though people guarantee you traffic. And for my seminar people, plate lickers. How tired of you of people figuring out your system, eating your food, and giving you fake information, okay? On top of that, 91% of Americans unsubscribe to an email list at some point, okay? And 2/3 of Americans skip commercials. Think about your own household. How many of you have DVR? How many of you wait till your shows have already aired so you can go back and watch them commercial free? I know I'm one of them. What all of this says is that the way consumers make decisions and buy has changed. And rather than be frustrated with that new piece of information, social media can give us a way to overcome that challenge, okay? It gives us a way to overcome that challenge. And the one thing that I've noticed from a lot of these other different types of lead programs is that you have to reintroduce yourself, you have to reestablish the trust, you have to resell them on why to do business with you. You might as well have picked up the phone book and called blindly yourself, right? Why pay all that money for these systems that aren't working the way that you want to, okay? Or that you have to end up doing all the work anyways. So some of the common questions that I've personally seen social media be able to provide answers to for the financial professional is, how can I let more people know what I do? Okay, now I just gave a great example of how I had a buddy reach out to me that I hadn't spoke to in almost over 10 years, and we were able to do business together because of social media. How can I increase my referrals? Now, that's what we all want, right? We all want our clients remembering how great we are and why they do business with us, and we want them telling all of their friends and family about us and making them just as raving as a fan as they are, right? But the truth is that a lot of times clients forget. You know, they forget that you are their life insurance professional, or that, you know, you're supposed to talk to them about their 401k or whatever it may be, okay? The other question is, how can I create stronger partnerships? I know almost every single one of us would love to partner with either an agent in a different field like healthcare, property and casualty. We want to partner with CPAs or attorneys. We want to team up with people that share a similar clientele, so that way it's easy for us to do business and the cost of acquiring a new customer is low, right? Because it's always cheaper to get business from an existing client than it is to go bring on a new client, right? But if we can create a stronger partnership, well, we can already have an identified, qualified pool of prospects that we can go talk to with ease, maybe even get an official introduction. Just going to check and make sure I haven't lost you guys. Great. Okay, and finally, this is the most important. How do I market my business without going broke? Okay, and social media has been able to provide the answers for me there as well. And I'm going to show you guys how you do this, how you put together a marketing plan towards the end of today's conversation without spending a whole lot of money, wasting time, energy as well. Okay, so before we get started on some of the things that I think will help you understand social media and give you a good foundation to build on, let's go ahead and talk about some of the myths. I know a lot of producers and really a lot of people in general think that it takes way too much time to be on social media. Now, the setup may take a little bit of time because it's just like sharpening the axe before you go chop down a tree. But once we've sharpened that axe, I'm telling you, I spend 15 to 20 minutes a day with my social media. Money, again, lead programs that we pay for are normally expensive. $125, $150 per lead, a $3,000 mailer, you know, a preset appointment, you know, all those things cost money. I've spent less than $1,000 using social media over the course of 1 year to promote my business and, most importantly, to uncover qualified leads. The opportunity, oh, my clients aren't on social media. It'll never work for my business. I'm here to tell you that if you know how to make it work for your specific industry, that social media can work for any profession out there. I don't care what it is, from financial services to janitorial services to selling cookies. It does not matter. Social media, if you work it the right way, in a way that's compliant, in a way that makes sense to your business and style, I promise you the opportunity is there because, number one, half the world is on Facebook. There's 300 million and growing professionals on LinkedIn. That includes CEOs, sales professionals, high caliber decision makers that you want to network with. I'm telling you. So the opportunity is there. You just have to know how to make it work for you. You think that you have to be a technology guru, okay, or that you already have to have a website and things like that. I am probably the least tech savvy person in my office, but social media is easy enough for me to be able to understand, master, and make it work for my advantage, and I'll show you how to. And lastly, compliance, okay? And no, especially for the registered reps, you think, oh, well, you know, I can't post anything because it'll be a compliance issue. Well, actually you can. What I need you to understand is you got to think about the way that you post. You got to rethink the things that you normally share to create to attract clientele, okay? And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. But the point is that social media can save you time, it'll save you money, it's a huge opportunity, you don't have to be a tech guru, and it can be 100% compliant, okay? So the first thing that you guys want to do is you want to set goals, okay? You don't want to just jump onto social media and just start sharing whatever, whenever, okay? You want to set goals on what you want to accomplish, okay? So the first thing that you want to ask yourself is, what is my mission, okay? What is the purpose of my business? What do we specialize in, okay? And what from social media do I want to enhance that or move me further along? So whether you want to create more PR for your company, or maybe you want to use it exclusively for lead generation or for relationship building with your clientele, or maybe for networking, okay? Think about exactly what you want from social media and how does that relate back to your mission. I provide clients a secure income plan, or I protect your assets from stock market loss. Whatever that superpower that your business has is, know exactly what goals you want for that mission, that superpower, and how, and think about, how you'd like to get that from social media, okay? Ask yourself, who's the ideal client? This is going to be really key in setting up your social media. Who's the person that you really want to reach, okay? What's their age group? How much income do they earn? What assets do they own? What are they into? Okay, what do they do for fun? What's their main problem? Okay, what's their main problem? What is it that you're trying to solve that your company can provide the answers to? What's stopping them from working with you? Okay, what's stopping them from working with you? And I don't mean you haven't closed them yet. Maybe it's that they're not educated enough. Maybe they're too far. Maybe we don't follow up with them enough times. Whatever it may be, think about what truly is stopping your potential prospects from working with you. Maybe it's the fact they don't know that you do what you do, okay? And lastly, how do they like to get their information? And this is really key, okay? How do your clients like to get the information? Most of the time when we buy into a lead program, we trust that they say it's going to do what it says it's going to do, okay? But what if your client really didn't learn anything, okay? What if they really didn't get the information they needed from that person calling on them, or that internet site that they gave their information to, right? So think about how you like to get information. How do you like to learn about something new before you make a decision, okay? And then reverse that on your client, because ideally you want to work with someone who is of like mind as you and has a very similar learning style to you. That way your learning style can match theirs. So whether it is one-on-one, whether it's through educational videos, whether it's through a workshop, whatever it may be, how do your clients like to get their information? And all this, guys, should refer back to your brand, okay? It should go back to your brand. And if you're running around without a brand right now, it's like trying to fly a plane on autopilot. It'll do okay for a while, but eventually you really do need someone with the purpose behind that wheel, okay? You really need someone driving your business, okay? So have a brand to drive your business. If you have not had a branding coaching session yet, I'd be happy to have one with you. I do it for my producers all the time, okay? So next, I want you to choose the platform that best fits you, okay? There's a lot of different social media platforms out there, and they may not all work for you, okay? They may not all work for you the same way they work for your buddy that's in the same business, or the same way they work for your buddy that's in a different type of business, okay? So what I want to do is I want to talk about the 6 social media platforms that most of you have heard of, and I want to give you a couple of nuggets to help shed some light on what may or may not work for you, okay? Whoops. So first off, Facebook, okay? Now, we all want to be on Facebook, right? This is where everyone must be, okay? Regardless if you're a financial advisor, if you're an electrician, a lawyer, you own a flower shop, a grocery store, a restaurant, everybody should have a Facebook page. But Facebook has done some things which can make it a little bit more difficult for you to reach your ideal audience. So 2 things that will help you maximize your potential on Facebook is, number 1, you need to do Facebook ads training, okay? And I don't mean hitting the boost post or paying for likes or anything like that. I mean using Power Editor to create targeted campaigns towards your ideal customer and operating at the lowest lead cost possible. Okay, this is another area where I've spent a lot of time. You definitely want to get some ads training. Also, your outside engagement is going to make your Facebook seeing a lot better than alone, okay? You can't just expect to put things on autopilot and for them to just kind of naturally manifest for you. You got to be out networking in public. You got to be doing workshops. Friending your clients that you meet or your potential prospects that you meet, really leveraging your network. Things that you do outside, you can always drive back to, oh, hey, follow me on Facebook or go like my page. And that's what really gets people to follow and engage with you is your outside activities, okay? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is by far my favorite. It is the number one asset. It helps you leverage the number one asset that we all have, which is our own network of clients and friends and referral partners and associates, okay? You can uncover those referral partners, those strategic partnerships, and you can also uncover leads for free, And in fact, I'm working on a program right now called Leads with LinkedIn where I'll be training financial professionals, including really any industry, how to find the leads they're looking for no money whatsoever, okay? So LinkedIn, if you don't have a Facebook set up yet, at least get your LinkedIn game in order, okay? And actually, I'm going to share a free training with LinkedIn with everyone that was on the call today, okay? And I'll give you more details about it later. But LinkedIn, it helps leverage your best asset, which is your own network. I can uncover referral partners. It can also uncover leads. Google+. This is one of my favorites, okay? Now, it is untapped right now. It probably is going to be the new Facebook in the next couple of years. But what I really like about Google Plus is the tools that it comes with. So you get a Google Plus account when you own a Gmail account, all right? I like Google Hangouts, which can allow you to do workshops and seminars online for no money at all, okay? I also like Calendar and Drive and a lot of other things that are on the Google back office that can make your life a lot easier. But mark my words, Google Plus, jump on there early, learn how to use the tools because Google Plus will become the new Facebook. I'm telling you, I can already see it, especially with the direction Facebook is heading, okay? YouTube. This is another one of my favorites. I have what I consider a very successful YouTube channel, but YouTube can probably be one of the most complicated because you have to know what you want from YouTube. So it's great for video, okay? You can film video with your phone or a webcam or whatever it may be. You can upload it directly to the YouTube portal, and you can edit right from the back office. It has an editing tool on there. I use my own, but it has it on there as well. And in fact, you can host a Google Hangout, one of those workshops online, and automatically have it record to your YouTube channel. So whether you're doing a one-on-one with clients or you want clients to have the replay to a workshop you did that you want to redistribute, either way, they go hand in hand, okay? It's great for video. It's also great for drip material. If you guys build an email list, and I highly recommend that you do, it's a good way to send out a newsletter or a holiday update or whatever it may be via video. It's a lot more captivating than just plain old black and white text, okay? So it's great drip material, okay? And I bet you didn't know this either. You can make money being on YouTube. In fact, I've made a little money. So every time you get views and things like that, the more activity that gets driven to your page, you actually get paid for your videos. So that's not bad. You get paid to market yourself. Not a bad deal at all, okay? Now, I haven't become rich because of it yet, but it is true that you can make money by being a sponsored YouTube channel. Instagram. Now, I know this probably makes the least amount of sense to most producers, but I'm telling you, Instagram is hot. What it does is it gives your client a visual perspective on you, your company, you as a person, okay? And that's really, really big because social media is all about beliefs and values, okay? It's not about your product. It's about beliefs and values, and people like visuals. So when you use Instagram, it's a great way to create those visuals and trigger some happy feelings in the brains of your client, which make them happy when they think about you, okay? So it's great for engagement. I use it for all types of things if you guys aren't following me on Instagram already. And lastly, the one I want to talk about is Twitter. Pretty much Twitter to me is a big popularity contest. The most popular people followed on Twitter are Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and Nicki Minaj. Nothing against them personally, but it's more of a pop channel, and it does work for some people, but I do have a Twitter, and what I mainly do with it is I repost things that I've posted on Facebook, LinkedIn, and some of the other channels, and that's how I stay active on Twitter. I don't necessarily am proactive on Twitter. It's more of a place where I reshare just to give people one more place to follow me, okay? It's that easy. So choose the platform that best fits you, and at the very minimum, you should have a all-star LinkedIn profile, a Facebook page, and if you're already using Gmail, go ahead and take advantage of Google+. You get YouTube at the same time, okay? So if you have a question on any of these networks that I talked about, feel free to give me a call after today's presentation, and we'd be happy to go in, your questions and what you think may work for your business. Just going to do a mic check and make sure you guys are still with me. Perfect. All right. So the next step, you want to create a profile that sells, okay? No matter what network that you're on. And what I mean by sells is it sells you. It keeps people captivated. They read it from top to bottom. They're really into what you believe and what you have to say, but there's a certain way that you have to go about it. Anytime I see an empty LinkedIn or Facebook profile, I always skip over it. Why? Because there's nothing for me there for me to read and engage with, right? There's nothing for me to relate to. So provide full details, okay? Fill out every single nook and cranny of whatever social media page it is to the T, okay? You want to provide as much info as possible, but you don't want to provide too much info, okay? So if you need help on exactly what to provide, I can work with you on that as well. You want to be original, okay? Don't copy your resume and put it on there, okay? Don't take a bio that sounds like it should be read by Morgan Freeman and put it on there, okay? Be original. You want your viewers and your followers, when they read your copy, when they read your about section, you want them to almost hear your voice in that because it sounds like something you would say to them, face to face, okay? So be original, be authentic, speak in first person. Don't speak in third person, okay? Don't be, John Smith is a certified blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Okay, it's okay to say, hey, I'm Eric, I believe in this, or hey, I'm John, and this is how I help seniors, or this is what I believe in about money, okay? Be more original and come from a first-person perspective. Don't do the third-person stuff. It sounds outsourced, it doesn't sound original, and it doesn't really create that one-on-one contact that you want that will sell them on you, okay? Deliver your why, all right? Again, this is why you don't necessarily want to put up some complicated bio or something that sounds, again, like it was written by someone else. You want to tell people exactly why you're in business and what it means to you, okay? Because that's what people really buy. They don't buy what you sell, they buy why you sell it, okay? They buy why you sell it. And if you need help uncovering your why, I'd be happy to do that with you as well. I've been trained by Jack Canfield, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it right now. You also want to include a call to action, okay? So whatever it may be, follow me here, visit my site, subscribe to my YouTube channel, download my newsletter, give me your email address. Whatever it may be, on every single social media profile you have, you want to give that client that additional step that they need to take to stay in front of your name, your brand, your business, okay? So full details, be original, speak in first person, deliver your why, and include a call to action, okay? Everyone that attended this call today, I'm going to give you part 1 of a 4-part LinkedIn training that I'm building, and the first series is called How to Create an All-Star LinkedIn Profile That Sells, okay? If you've ever visited my LinkedIn, I'm very proud of it. I get a ton of traffic from it. I get a ton of inboxes, phone calls, all types of things, and I want to share the same formula that I use to help apply to your brand. So everyone today, you'll get it on Monday morning, okay? You'll get it on Monday morning, but you're all going to get a copy of my first video training, How to Create an All-Star LinkedIn Profile That Sells. The next step, okay? So we've talked about what platforms to choose, how to set goals, how to create, how to create an a profile that sells. And the other thing that you want to take on is creating valuable content. And here's where I think a lot of producers, really a lot of professionals in general, kind of miss the mark, because we want to talk about what we do and we want to talk about our products and our services a lot, right? Because we're promoting our business. That's what you do, right? Well, what I want you to do is rethink things for a second, okay? Rethink things for a second, and trust me, I've been doing this for a year, and I've personally seen, the numbers behind this. I've personally seen the analytics. So it's not about the product. It is not about the product at all. It is okay to talk about your product. But there's a certain percentage that you want to talk about your product versus other things. And those other things are your beliefs and values, okay? They're your beliefs and values. What do you believe about your business? What do you believe about your products? What do you believe in life in general, okay? What do you value, okay? So if you wonder, why is Eric sharing places he likes to eat or concerts that he goes to or trips that he takes? Because those are things that are important to me. Those are things that I personally like. And life would be a lot easier if I could work with people that were into those same things. What do they teach you in Basic Sales Training 101 to do in the first 15, 20 minutes of any sales meeting after you thank them for their time? Find common ground. This does all the work for you. You'll be finding common ground with your clients every single day or potential clients every single day before you even ever sit down and talk with them, okay? You'll be selling them on why they need to come sit down with you. So imagine if your ideal client or every client that you met with going forward enjoyed the same restaurants that you liked, the same music, the same leisure activities. I mean, you could really create a relationship with them better than just selling on product, because remember, it's not the product that creates the relationship, it's the people. Okay, it's the people. So by sharing your beliefs and values, you're building rapport with your potential prospects and the people that you've already worked with. Okay, they might say, hey, I didn't know that Eric was a big Led Zeppelin fan. So am I. I need to call that guy up, see if he wants to go, have dinner sometime or go to the next cover band show. Okay, things like that. Post at the right time. Okay, you definitely want to post at the right time. There's different time slots that are more effective for some platforms than other. Like, for instance, I can tell you Facebook and LinkedIn have 2 different time slots where you have a higher probability of having your post seen. But you definitely want to post at the right time, and I can help you with that as well. Use images. Okay, images are so much get so much more engagement than just plain old text. Okay, but there's certain images that you may and may not want to use, and there's certain strategies when it comes to using images that I've been able to identify that will keep you compliant and keep you from wasting time and putting a post that's not going to get a whole lot of engagement or may turn people off, okay? So use images, and you have to engage, okay? You cannot just post content and expect to do nothing. You need to engage with other people. You need to like their content. You need to comment. You need to share, but only things that you truly believe are valuable. And when people see that you do that on their content, they'll come back and do that to your content. And hint, hint, here's a little secret. When content is interactive, when you have a post that's getting a lot of comments, likes, shares, those show up in people's news feed more than other posts that are getting no love at all, okay? So you have to create the activity in order to receive the activity. So get out there, like, comment, and share other pages, other businesses that you like, your friends and family, people in your network, and make your presence known, okay? Also keep this in mind too. Every time you like, comment, and share something, that's no different than poking your head into a networking event and saying, hey, I'm Eric, I focus on financial services, and leave, okay? You are leaving your mark for other people to see, okay? And if you've set your profile up right, they'll go back to your profile, and then your profile will begin to sell them on you. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the different types of content that you guys can post, okay? The first kind is called interactive, and this is where you are setting something up and expecting some sort of response from your audience, okay? So these can be things like contests, challenges, trivia, polls, feedback, okay? So a contest might be like, hey guys, we're working on a new logo. Here's a picture of option 1. Here's a picture of option 2. Which one do you guys think we'll choose whichever you guys vote on, and they can vote on it in the comments, option 1 or option 2, whatever it may be. Or the Super Bowl is coming up. You might ask a question: who's going to win, Patriots or Seahawks? Okay, trust me, people love talking about that kind of stuff. Okay, but the first type of content that you guys can share is an interactive post where it gets people to give their feedback because it's valued. It's asked, hey guys, I need your feedback. Okay, they love that kind of stuff. The second is relevant. And what I mean by this is local current events or trends. So if you are doing a 5K fun run, that's something great to share, because a lot of people are going to be looking for pictures and posts on the 5K fun run. Or let's say you are at a professional basketball or football game, or maybe the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo will be in town very soon. There's going to be a lot of people posting and searching for posts on that. Okay, so local current events or trends. Educational, which includes how-to videos, articles, tips, videos, again, videos, things like that. This is where YouTube can come into play, showing people how to do things and make it easier in different areas to make life easier on them is very helpful. So as a financial professional, if you send out a video on budgeting or what to do with your tax return or how to lower your credit card debt, whatever it may be, give them something of value outside of the products that you offer, and I promise you they're going to tell all their friends about you. Promotional. Now this is actually talking about your product, solutions, and events. So if you're having a workshop or a networking event, or maybe you're having a fire sale, or for instance, February is coming up, okay? And in the life insurance realm, we talk about Insure Your Love, okay? Insure Your Love. It's a Valentine's play on life insurance. We buy life insurance for the people that we love and care about. So that is a promotional event that ties back into the relevant stuff. That's a current event or trend. Valentine's Day, right? So February is Insure Your Love month, so that'd be a great time to talk about, the promotion. And lastly, personality. Okay, again, this is probably the one that's most overlooked, but you want to share your own personality, places you travel, foods you like, hotspots you frequent, your family, motivational quotes, goals, hobbies, you name it, okay? But you have to know the right mix between sharing beliefs and values and your business, okay? And it's actually 80% beliefs and values, 20% business. So every fifth post, every one out of 5 posts should actually be about your business. And last I want to talk about is cross-promote, okay? And here's where we're actually going to see how social media can work into your marketing plan. So I sent out a call not too long ago called the 2015 Marketing Checklist, where I've listed all the different platforms that producers can use to help create a marketing plan with little to no money at all, okay? So some of you guys probably already have a website. If you don't worry. That's one area where you can market yourself. And on your website, you want to add all the buttons to your social media. Also an email list, okay? If you guys are developing that email list, that's another place where you can share social media content, okay? You can share social media content or redistribute YouTube videos or redistribute Instagram photos, whatever it may be. Your Facebook page. Your Facebook page should also include links to your other social media platforms as well. So if you are on Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn, you want to incorporate that into your Facebook page. The same goes for your LinkedIn. You want to include your blog, your Twitter, every other place that your brand is available. You want to put that onto your LinkedIn profile. Your Google+. Actually, Google+ will ask you what other platforms are you on, and they'll create a specific link for that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so cross-promote all of your stuff on your Google+. Standard mail, if you guys are still sending mail, and notice I put that towards the bottom. Why? Because mail actually costs money. But on your postcards, your business cards, your flyers, your brochures, include social media buttons on those. Maybe even include one of those barcodes that when you scan with a phone, it either takes them to your social media sites or your website, or it will enter all your social media contact info in their phone. That's pretty cool stuff. But if you look at this so far, I've got 6 different methods of marketing up here, and only one of them actually really costs money. Website could cost money. Depends on who you're getting it from. A lot of them are do-it-yourself, but only one of these actually costs money. So you see how I've got 3 other areas to help keep my costs low? Group talks. And again, group talks, I'm playing off of seminars here. I know a lot of guys are successful at seminars and they're trying to find new ways to do them to lower costs and increase activity. Take that same concept and just try it somewhere else. Get in front of focus groups, get in front of small businesses, networking events. Take your seminars online, like through Google Hangouts, okay? That costs no money at all. And you can probably get more people to engage because they don't have to actually physically go somewhere, okay? But still use the group talks. You can also build, promote your business through community service and your volunteer work, as well as creating referral partners. And we talked about using programs like LinkedIn to help create those. And then finally, your lead program. Whatever internet junk, reply mail stuff, whatever you're getting back, you definitely want to push those guys to your social media as well, or at least capture their email. So through your email list, you can capture them through your social media, send them your social media stuff as well, propaganda as well too. So in this marketing checklist, you want to pick a minimum of 5 channels in order to really be effective with promoting your brand. And look at it, guys. Only 2 of these things actually cost money, the mail and the lead program. Every other thing that I just talked about costs little to no money at all. But most importantly, your secret sauce is your conversion strategy, okay? You've got to find a way to take all the activity that you create on all these other different channels, including your social media, and find a way to funnel it into what I call a lead catcher. Okay, a lead catcher. And that's something else that I really like helping with producers with as well. So, why social media? Well, again, guys, think of your marketing as a stool, okay? And most of us are depending on some sort of magic silver bullet lead program. I'm guilty of doing that as well. And that's like resting your business, which is made of fine china, on a one-legged stool. What social media allows us to do is create at least a minimum 5-legged stool without going broke, so that way the success of our business is on a much sturdier platform. So again, social media creates a stronger marketing plan, and it's very simple to see in this idea right here. So, common questions. How do I let more people know what I do? With social media, you can let them know on a daily basis without actually having to physically be there and spend time, energy, and money. How can I increase my referrals? Well, if you're reaching out to people with your beliefs and values and they're finding that you have more in common with them than they thought, they're going to be a lot more prone to telling their friends and family about you. That's a word that I like to call mind share. It's more important than market share. It's called mind share, because you have to be that first person that they think about when what you do for a living comes up. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to capture market share. And that's what social media can do for you. How can I create stronger partnerships? Easy, through LinkedIn. And I can show you how. I can show you how to target exactly who you want to partner with. And lastly, how do I market my business without going broke? I gave you guys a great example of how to create a 5-legged stool with spending little to no money at all. Okay? So, if you guys have any questions, give me a call at the office. I'll be here all day till 5 o'clock Central, 888-694-7271. Also, check your email boxes on Monday morning. You should have the how to create an all-star LinkedIn profile that sells video. It'll be a YouTube link. It's not available on my YouTube channel now, so you can't find it. Okay, but that'll be sitting in your email. And if you guys really want to take your business to the next level with social media in 2015, give me a call. That's what I'm here for. I'm young, I'm mobile, I'm tech savvy, and I've got a personal success story with social media, and I'd be happy to share it with you. Have a great Friday, guys. Take care. Happy selling.